It's something else you said in there early on that was bullshit too. This is the nigga that did 2 albums with R. Kelly, nigga. So now you worried about kids? 2 studio albums and went on tour with the Pied Piper, nigga. They're playing a ill game with Jay. They pump faking Jay and Jay jumped. Jay-Z's about to be indicted with Diddy. When Diddy get his superseding indictment, remember this is a RICO.
Choke out the gate. If you Jay-Z, how you feeling right now?
Thinking about his arrogance and his cockiness and his way of ducking and dodging news or scandals. I'm probably thinking, how am I going to get my ass out of this one?
Did you agree with him, I guess, not trying to settle the matter privately? Because that was the case. For those that don't know, Jay-Z has been accused of raping a 13-year-old girl in a civil suit along with Diddy. It happened at, I believe, the 2000 MTV Awards after party of some sorts, that the plaintiff, who is now going by Jane Doe, or excuse me, the woman is going by Jane Doe, accuses that this happened to her when she was just the age of 13. So do you think it was smart for him to kind of like just say, F it, just let's talk about it? Because I think they were trying to get money behind closed doors to kind of settle the matter.
Yeah, well, what they referring to those things now is called catch and kill, right? There's so many allegations that's, the Diddy case has opened up a floodgate, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of celebrities are probably getting accusations thrown at them civilly and stuff, and people are probably trying to catch bags. This case, in Jay's case, this is only reason it's bigger news now is because they already had filed this, I think maybe in October, but they just referred to Jay as Celebrity A, or
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It was one of those in it.
Right, so now they just named him because I guess they was trying to do a catch and kill, allegedly, and he probably was like, nah, I'm not giving y'all no money, this, that, and other, get out of here, you know? And then they like, all right, boom, bang, it was Jay-Z, you know what I'm saying? So now it's a public thing. So now, normally, as we know, Jay, he don't respond to nothing.
Don't.
You know, so for me, I feel he's scared. For him to reply back in 24 hours, and this nigga ain't replied to me and Dame in 20 years with certain allegations. To this day, he hasn't replied to the conference room, right? And everybody's seen the footage. We know he set up the meeting. But when you got all these sucker journalists out here, or fake journalists, and the people like the Angie Martinez and that all his friends, they not gonna ask him the real shit.
Right.
Right now, you're not, Angie can get an interview with Jay. I bet you she won't get an interview with him right now. Not for this. You know what I'm saying? And I bet you a lot of them ain't gonna even report on it, and if they do, it's gonna be in support of him.
Right.
Until they see some Diddy kicking Cassie in the face video of Jay's, of Jay-Z, something like that, the Jay-Z that's undeniable, then you're gonna see the whole shift in the industry. Right now, all of them, for the most part, are gonna defend Jay. For me, I'm not defending him. You know what I'm saying? Do I think that he would rape a 13-year-old girl at an after party? No. But is it a possibility that could have happened? Look at his daughter. She's 12 years old. As a father, would you be letting your daughter have a full face of makeup, eyeliner, eyeshadow, lipstick, not lip gloss, lipstick, wearing 4 or 5-inch heels. She's not even 13. And Jay's cheering her on at the Mustafa thing, and you hearing grown people in the back, whoa, whoa, nigga, that's a baby. So if he's cool with his daughter looking like a 18-year-old at 12, who am I to think that he's not attracted to that?
I got some more points that I want to bring up a little bit after this statement that Jay-Z would release ASAP. Like you said, we haven't seen Jay respond to anything, but he literally the same day that thing went out, Jay pressed send in terms of this release. He went on to say, my lawyer received a blackmail attempt called a demand letter from a lawyer named Tony Busby. What he had calculated was the nature of these allegations and the public scrutiny would make me want to settle. No, sir. It had the opposite effect. It made me want to expose you for the fraud you are in a very public fashion. So no, I will not give you one red penny. These allegations are so heinous in nature that I implore you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one. Whomever would commit such a crime against a minor should be locked away. Would you not agree? These alleged victims would deserve real justice if that were the case. This lawyer, who I have done a bit of research on, seems to have a pattern of these type of theatrics. I have no idea how you have come to be such a deplorable human, Mr. Busby, but I promise you, I have seen your kind many times over. I'm more than prepared to deal with your type. You claim to be a Marine. Marines are known for their valor, and you have neither honor nor dignity. My only heartbreak is for my family. My wife and I will have to sit our children down, one of whom is the age where her friends will surely see the press and ask questions about the nature of these claims and explain the cruelty and greed of people. I mourn yet another loss of innocence. Children should not have to endure such at their young age.
That's bull, bro. Stop, please. Please, man. Because this is the same nigga that told Nas he threw fucking condoms on his baby seat. Right? The nigga's a hypocrite. Now you a father, and now you got to worry about your kids and this, that, and other. And I know we change as we mature.
What if he matured?
Yeah, we do change when we mature. But he was a grown-ass motherfucking man when he threw condoms on motherfucking Nas' baby seat. Get the fuck out of here, nigga. Fuck out of here with that bullshit. Carmen had to deal with that statement, which at the time, Destiny, who's Nas' daughter, was too old to even be in a fucking baby seat. And he said that fucking lie. And Carmen and Destiny and Nas had to deal with that shit today. Cause I'm repeating it, which it was bull, right? But now you worried about your fucking kids, nigga? It's something else you said in there early on that was bullshit too. This is the nigga that did 2 albums with R. Kelly, nigga. So now you worried about kids, but you did an album with the Pod, 2 studio albums, and went on tour with the Pied Piper, nigga. Out of here, Jay-Z. Now you some fucking man. Nigga, please.
He said, I'm a young man who made it out the project of Brooklyn. We don't play these type of games. We have very strict codes and honor. We protect.
Oh, stop right there. You have strict codes and honor for you made it out the streets, but your partner is a fucking known rat. She's a known informant. You a street nigga. Desiree Perez cooperated, and you went through the last fucking 20 years with this chick. What code and ethics, nigga? Stop it.
We protect children. You seem to exploit people for personal gain.
We don't protect children. You throwing condoms on their fucking baby seat, nigga.
Only your network of conspiracy theorists, fake physics, will believe the idiotic claims you have levied against me that, if not for the seriousness surrounding harm to kids, would be laughable.
Bro, you got your daughter on the Hollywood auction block right now, allegedly, right? Your daughter is 12 years old. She been dressing like that since 11. You had her on the Renaissance tour, was a full-blown LGBTQ plus whatever tour, grown men up there dressing like women, and you got your baby on the stage, and you're protecting you're protecting children with Beyonce's vulgar language. in the fucking music while she's on stage. There's rapping and cursing while the baby's on stage. Nigga, stop it, bro.
I look forward to showing you just how different I am. And that was his ending.
Yeah, it's something you said in the beginning of it. That this
Was it more so whoever would
Can you
commit...
read it again,
Yeah.
please?
It said, it would go on to say, my lawyer received a blackmail attempt called a demand letter from a lawyer named Tony Busby. What he had calculated was the nature of these allegations and the public scrutiny would make me want to settle. No, sir, it had the opposite effect. It made me want to expose you for the fraud you are in a very public fashion. So no, I will not give you one red penny. These allegations are so heinous in nature that I implore you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one. Whomever would commit such a crime against a minor should be locked away. Would you not agree? These alleged victims would deserve real justice if that were the case. These alleged victims would deserve real justice if that were the case. This lawyer, who I've done a bit of research on, seems to have a pattern of these type of theatrics. I have no idea how you have come to be such a deplorable human, Mr. Busby, but I promise you, I have seen your kind many times over. I'm more than prepared to deal with your type. You claim to be a Marine? Marines are known for their valor. You have neither honor nor dignity. My only heartbreak is for my family, my wife, and I will have to sit our children down, one of whom is at the age where her friends will surely see the press and ask questions about the nature of these claims and explain the cruelty and greed of people. I mourn yet another loss of innocence. Children should not have to endure such at their young age. It is unfair to have to try to understand inexplicable degrees of malice meant to destroy families and human spirit. My heart and support goes out to true victims in the world who have to watch how their life story is dressed in a costume for profitability by this ambulance chaser in a cheap suit. You have made a terrible error in judgment thinking that all celebrities are the same. I'm not from your world. I'm a young man who made it out of the project of Brooklyn. We don't play these games. We don't play these type of games. We have very strict codes and honor. We protect children. You seem to exploit people for personal gain. Only your network of conspiracy theorists, fake physics, will believe the idiotic claims you have levied against me that, if not for the seriousness surrounding harm to kids, would be laughable. I look forward to showing you just how different I am.
Yeah, well, he got a long fight ahead of him.
Now, I have a question. Do we think this alleged victim is white or black?
What race got to do with anything?
Only because I'm going to go into the lens of Jay never responded. When you mentioned, he never responded to you. And I think, remember, in our previous conversations, Jay kind of positions himself like above niggas, according to your vantage point.
Yeah.
Like, I ain't going to talk to niggas. So I wonder if he has insight that this might be a white girl saying these things, he takes it a little bit more like that way, or that it's a white lawyer kind of putting those accusations out there. I just wonder if race plays into it, because he's always kind of curved stuff.
I don't believe it's race. I believe it's the stigma of the underage person. I think it's more about the underage person, that he don't want that on him. I don't think race has anything to do with it.
Well, he had accusations about underage before, and I'll bring it up too.
Go ahead, you can.
Okay, so in one part of our conversation just now, you were talking about he's with R. Kelly. There are other things that what I thought was interesting. A lot of people are not believing it. A lot of people that have hosts, radio shows, they're kind of like, nah, I don't see Jay doing it. Which
Why do you think that in all of the whole Surviving R. Kelly series, Jay-Z was not mentioned once, or not even a flash of a picture with him? And he's the only artist in the world that has done 2 studio albums and a tour with R. Kelly.
I'm sure he don't want that light on him. I get it. So
there's rumors of, I'm not going to even go there. I'm not going to do that. But go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, does Jay-Z's friendship with R. Kelly and Diddy make him look guilty? Because they say that whole thing of birds of a feather flock together, and we all know that So why are we so surprised if Jay-Z is caught up in that when two people that he was cool with?
Listen, Jay-Z has a history of messing with women that are predominantly a lot younger than him, right?
Yeah.
You
It was
got
still
Aaliyah.
I think she
And
was grown then.
Aaliyah, she was 20 at the time, but he probably was in his fucking 30s then. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's rumored that he messed with Beyonce way before they announced it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There's the rumors of Tierra Marie, right? Rihanna, you know. So for me, I believe what they doing is what they playing a serious chess game with him, right? But they took their king and they threw the king, the first move, they threw their king in the middle of the board. And he like, what the fuck? He jumped right out there real fast. You know what I'm saying? Oh, y'all niggas don't know what y'all doing. Y'all putting the king up in the front. Thinking that he just getting ready to take one of the pawns and knock the king down. No, they gonna jump it right back. But they just wanted to see if you was gonna play. You know what I'm saying? They wanted to see if you was gonna move, right? But now, the fact that he responded, which he normally don't do, shows him out of character.
Right.
Just like him at the Mustafa premiere,
Yeah.
right? If you see him, this nigga got his arm in his pocket that's next to his wife, his hand in his pocket that's next to his wife, and got his arm around his mother-in-law. That's kind of strange, right?
How so?
Nigga, your arm going around your wife,
But
right?
he wanted to show maybe that they was cool.
Right? And then Jay goes, he claps. Like, okay, like that's enough pitches. He's uncomfortable. That's not Jay-Z.
Jay-Z's always supposed to be cool.
Jay-Z.
And I would say a note about this. That statement was long as hell. And I think like there was emotion there clearly. That was, he overrode whatever protocol he normally has.
Jay-Z's about to be indicted with Diddy. When Diddy get his superseding indictment, remember this is a RICO. Diddy can't go to jail by himself in the RICO, right?
I see what you're saying.
Even R. Kelly had they put some of his workers and people down with him, and they turned and you know, got out of it, you know. But Jay, this is another thing. Remember they ran up in the jail and cleaned it out? Jay's getting ready to get hit with the RICO, bro. He's gonna be Diddy's co-conspirator. If you look at all the news stories
Yeah.
since the Jay-Z shit came out, every picture is Jay-Z and Diddy, right?
Well, what's interesting is in researching this whole world, I didn't realize how cool they've been for quite some time. They've been cool for like I seen there's a video on Diddy's YouTube channel of him and Jay in the studio like making music, and it was like early 2000s. I didn't know they was cool like that.
See, you got the whole no Diddy thing going on, but these people don't think that Jay-Z could be gay.
Yeah, that surprised me when you hinted at that.
These people don't think that, and they're not. I'm not saying he is or he is. I'm saying these people out here think there's no possibility in the world that it's people that don't believe the rumors that they hear about Will Smith, about Diddy. You know what I'm saying? So they damn sure ain't gonna want to believe it about Jay. But they about to get a rude awakening out here in a minute.
So back to kind of like some questionable things that has been around Jay. He hasn't responded to the Foxy Brown. I haven't seen that response from him.
He said it in the song.
Okay.
He
And
said,
what was the lyric?
Is it the Picasso song? He said, I didn't stick my cock in the fox's box. Something to Miranda on CNN and Fox.
Okay.
But Foxy replies to that. She do an interview with Sway, and she crying. She's like, damn, I don't know why Jay would say that. Whoa, 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 whoa. You know what I mean? But if you listen to Nas, You know what I'm saying? Foxy kept you hot because you kept your face in a puss. Now you getting girls now you think you're getting girls because of your looks. Negro, please. You got whiskers like a rat compared next to beans, you whack.
Right.
But that shit is,
Document.
Foxy kept you hot because you kept your face in her puss. Nas is telling you then that Jay was sleeping with her.
And Nas was up on the firm, so he would probably have. And ideally, did you hear anything on the street level with that relationship? Just like Foxy Brown and Jay?
Everybody heard it.
Okay.
It's an urban legend. Like,
they say
and you
that.
see the emotion in Foxy face in the Sway interview.
Right.
You know they had intimacy allegedly.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's really only reason now is taboo to say because now the age difference is a problem now. Back then, it didn't seem
Because
like
she was
it.
allegedly 16, I think, something like that.
15, 16, I don't know.
And I think she's also expressed that recently it seemed like she kind of responded that that wasn't the case, that they weren't together.
No, that ain't what she said. What she said is she's not the type to go and snitch.
Got you. And she said something about an NDA. I'm
Metaphorically.
not going to sign an NDA. No one will help me sign an NDA.
No, metaphorically, she's just saying, like, I'm not that type of bitch to be that'll go and throw this nigga under the bus.
Copy. Now, this was a situation that I was like, and I'm sure you've heard about it. Jay-Z allegedly has an illegitimate son that's been going around for years.
Listen, I just told you, they're playing a ill game with Jay. They took their fucking king and threw it in the front and threw it on the board first. And Jay grabbed the pawn real quick, like, oh, I'll get you with. No, this is the pump fake. They pump faking Jay, and Jay jumped. You know what I'm saying?
Oof.
Thinking he gonna swat they shit. No, nigga, that was the pump fake. They wanted you to react to the 13-year-old, right? Now what they're gonna do is everything else is coming behind it. Now, his alleged son, Ramir,
Yep.
right? He has been trying to get Jay to do a DNA test.
For years.
This may help him. One of those lawyers, that Busby lawyer, he might pick up his case, right? And they say, oh, well, we got this case too. We want to do a DNA test, right? The reason Jay's ducking him is because his mother had him when she was 16, which
Correct.
means that Jay would have impregnated her at 15, and he was older. But so if he do a DNA test and it comes to find out that that is his son, then there's no denying that he slept with her mother when she was underage, and that's what the fuck he been ducking and dodging for all these years with that nigga.
And
it ain't that he don't want to be his father.
Right.
It's like, nigga, you gonna send me to jail if I'm your father.
Right. And so for those that don't know, I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Satterthwaite has been fighting to prove that Jay-Z is his biological father for damn near a decade. His late mother, Wanda, claimed that she was just 16 years old when she became pregnant with him. And she alleged that Jay-Z was the father.
And we know D. Haven has backed that story. Well, no. Let me retract that. D. Haven has backed the story of Letitia, his daughter.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's just another one of those. But Jay has made it right with her, allegedly. You know, because they even pulled down her video.
You talking about he has an illegitimate daughter?
Yeah, Letitia.
I haven't heard of this one.
Hold on, let me introduce you to her. You know, I keep the receipts. Now this got pulled, but
And just as we wait for that, it says that 2 years after Jay married Beyonce in
there we go.
2008, Ramir filed multiple lawsuits demanding a paternity test. While
Hold on.
you fine. This is supposed to be his alleged daughter. So what's her position?
I started telling her story. We was communicating for a minute, and then she was gonna come and do the interview, and then allegedly Jay stepped in and made it right with her, and she had a book that she was going to drop, and allegedly with him making it right with her, she pulled the book down.
Right.
She popped up with a new house.
Got you.
You know, and I left him alone because I knew from behind the scenes that allegedly he made it right with her. So it was no reason for me to
try to expose
continue with the story, because that's all she wanted was some type of communication with him. And allegedly, you know, I believe that he reached out to her or had someone reach out to her, and they have allegedly have been having relationships since then.
Okay.
So I did my part.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I mean?
Put the foot to the fire a little bit.
Another thing is she was dealing with DeHaven. He was kind of like the liaison between me and her, and was the one that really was fighting hard for her behind the scenes,
right,
to get the attention.
Her mom was of age that when she had her. She wasn't like Ramir's situation, I assume.
I'm not too sure.
Okay. But I just assume maybe that's why he was like.
It's kind of the same era, but I don't know how old Letitia Mercer's mother was at the time of her being conceived. But like I said, I felt within me as a man, Jay stepped up and did something, so leave him alone. You know what I'm saying? The dude Ramir, I never dealt with. You know what I'm saying? I never interviewed him. I never had a conversation with him. And
I mean, do you believe him? Just looking at the paper trail, or at least.
Do I believe Ramir?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He kind of favors him too.
I got a song, you know, called Choke Dead, and I mentioned that in the song. And I say, your son said you his father, and you never threw him a pass. You know, referring to football, because Jay doing the NFL thing. And you never, seeing the siblings sitting in the stands, same lips, same nose, same hands. The kid, he said he's not, the kid said, you say the kid is not your son. They call you Hove, well, it must be an immaculate conception, right? So, but he say that the kid is not his son, but if he wasn't, why would you be ducking a DNA test for so long?
Right.
And
well, I had a thought about that too, to kind of push back. I think maybe because if I do a DNA test for one person, I got to do them for all.
But the difference is you had relationships with this woman, and it's proven that you have relationships
Okay.
with this woman.
And there's
Now, if
also
this was
yeah.
somebody that you never met
Yeah.
before, there's no people to corroborate that you had a relationship or you was hustling in this town, then yeah, you know what I'm saying? But for me, it's more him dodging the having a baby with a woman that was underage,
Because if they prove
allegedly.
that, and they gotta so if he
So
gets
this
caught
this
up,
is what I'm telling you. They playing chess with him, but they put the king out there front first to make him make a move. They gonna pull up the king, put him right back, and then they gonna
at
move all
what
the other pawns.
okay, let me ask you a question. Just someone that has dealt with the system. At what point do they have to get DNA or swab you? Is that all part of the process to kind of like, did
I
you get
mean, you
swabbed at
once
all?
once they are able to serve you, then that process begins. But this kid hasn't even been able to serve him.
But what I'm saying is, what if in this whole thing with this new allegation, they want to process him or they get it accept to swab him? Because if they swab him, can that young man now have access to that DNA?
Right. Well, trust me, like Letitia was able to find that was her father allegedly because somebody grabbed some shit of Jay's and
Wow.
gave it to her, right? Allegedly.
Wow.
And they was able to do some type of DNA and find out, oh yeah, right? That's alleged, right? Ramir hasn't had, I don't think he has had that luck, but it is clearly evident that this dude is trying to subpoena you. There's been plenty of subpoenas. It's documented that he's tried to subpoena Jay, but I believe personally that Jay is ducking that because if it is true, then he has had a baby, even though the lady is no longer alive.
Do you know how she passed?
I think she had some type of health complications or
Okay.
so, but it wasn't a tragic, like she got killed or anything. And that, like I said, all this first allegation is to get Jay's response and to tarnish his image publicly
Yeah.
for everybody to jump out there and say, oh, that's not him. Then what they're gonna do is they're gonna Ramir, Rihanna, Foxy, they're gonna attach him to R. Kelly, the Aaliyah. Even though Aaliyah was of age, they're going. It's the perception that he has a thing for young women, right? And one of these shits is gonna stick.
Let me ask you this: the Tony Busby gentleman, the attorney, do you think he's working with someone else, that like a hidden hand, if you will? Because ideally, what you're expressing is that whoever was the force that took down Diddy could be the same energy that now take down Jay-Z, but right now it's being sparked off through the Tony Busby law firm. So could he be working with somebody else to do this? Because this is not light to come at
No,
Jay-Z.
them niggas sold they fucking soul to the devil, and the motherfuckers here with the receipt. You know what I'm saying? Their time has come, bro. Them motherfuckers been cock blocking niggas like me. Like, my shit ain't on the Breakfast Club right now, my interview, because of Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? Because I was talking about Jay-Z. Them motherfuckers been blocking people for years from not being able to talk about him. And now the motherfucking rabbit got the gun.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And Jay has been a person that has had his hand on people's career for years. You know what I'm saying? For decades. You know what I'm saying? And it's now his time to get the fuck out the way.
So that kind of lead me to go like, I do think I don't know if he had to respond, but I do think a no response could have just always been the move, because now what's going to happen? He acknowledged it, and now it's going to be like you said, he has entered the game because they've said they got a reaction out of you, and then what I'm more so fearing or just so anticipate that it's gonna just wake up all kind of stuff. And I'm hoping that if he's trying to be free, he was clean this whole time since his career damn near began. Because someone is gonna come up. Now the attention has been kind of like, the water has been riled up a bit. It's gonna attract people to be like, well, I remember this time Jay-Z did this to me. I remember this time. It's gonna wake up.
Just like Diddy got a floodgate of lawsuits, they get ready to come for Jay. But I guarantee you, by the time this shit airs, by next week from when this airs, there's gonna be a bunch of goddamn people that's gonna come out with lawsuits against Jay-Z. It's just that these people have been afraid, just like they've been afraid of Diddy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And now what's gonna happen is, I'm telling you, the superseded indictment is going to have Jay-Z as a co-conspirator. They already got him there. If Diddy is going to jail for sex trafficking, if this person, this same 13-year-old person, if they pick up that shit as a criminal case, because what Jay think is, charge me criminally. He know the statute of limitations is up. But motherfucker, with the Mann Act, if they charge you federally and they attach you to Diddy and make you a co-conspirator of Diddy, then the statute of limitations are going to be opened up through the RICO and the Mann Act, and the same 13-year-old motherfucker that you talking about, charge me criminally on some cocky shit, they're going to be able to charge you criminally with the Mann Act because it won't be no statute of limitation.
What does Beyonce do in this? Does she leave him or does she stay?
She might be a co-conspirator too. She might just be as guilty as Cassie is. Yeah, but now Cassie gets to wear the victim hat. Beyonce could be guilty and then turn around and throw the victim hat on. Oh, he was drugging me too. Y'all didn't see me in the elevator? I was drugged up in the elevator. They was over there fighting and stomping and fighting and I was just in the zone. Y'all see me in the elevator, right? Like she could just say, this nigga had been drugging me.
Speaking of the elevator, do we know what that was about? Was it connected to something like this, these accusations, or was it just like over cheating? That was the first time we saw on camera that royal hip hop couple.
Oh, no, trust me. Jay-Z go to jail, my baby Solange, hey boo, she will be coming out talking about what happened for real in the elevator. Let that nigga go to jail and they feel safe enough to talk about it. It'll happen.
Just from a brand perspective, because Beyonce is taking a hit. I think that I've seen people have unfollowed. I don't know how true that was. I saw like a lot of people may have unfollowed her. Ideally, that's your husband. So your brand of being perfect and, being above all is now going to be tainted because your guy got this rape accusation on him of a teen at that. So my question would be, again, like, what does Beyonce do in this? Let's say if she's not a part of it and she's just like, what the heck? Does she save the brand or does she save the marriage? Because she could easily move out of it.
She's going to be what Cynthia Bailey was on Housewives when they showed Peter cheating. She's going to get the pressure from the women of the world, especially the black women, to leave him. That goes without question. You know what I'm saying? And it's not going to be a Remy Ma, Papoose situation where, she going to hold this nigga down in jail. No, she's going to have to separate herself from him, of course, financially, because their money is tied together, right? And if she stays with him and he starts getting a gang of lawsuits and shit, she's married to him. Or her shit get tied up into his lawsuits and everything too. So she's gonna get the pressure from the Oprahs and the Michelle's Obama and them. They gonna be, girl, you better get the fuck away from that ugly nigga. Right?
Right. This
He
is the time
said,
to do it.
it's time to go, B. You know what I'm saying? You know he keeping you drugged up allegedly, girl. Get the fuck away from that nigga right now. He over there fucking with them kids with Puffy. You see, I'm telling you, bro. Give her 6 months. You'll hear about a divorce. If he gets criminally indicted, she's definitely going to try to get a divorce. He's not going to want her to get a divorce because your wife can't testify against you. So that's the benefit in him with Beyonce. She can't testify against him
If they stay together.
if they stay together. But if he's allegedly been drugging her and all that other shit, or they been getting, because he don't get high. She's the one that look like she be zoinked. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if that's the case, you know, he's not going to try to get no divorce so she can't testify against him.
Now, one thing I thought was interesting, that literally I think the next night, Jay-Z would step out and the family would step out to the Disney premiere Mufasa. How did you feel about that? Should he have been there or
He
not?
had to. Nigga. This nigga on every news station, not hip hop media, mainstream media, accusations of sleeping with a 13-year-old, no, raping allegedly a 13-year-old, him and Diddy allegedly
Were you not
taking
surprised
turns.
that Disney said, cool, it's cool for you to come? Because Disney normally don't play that.
Nigga, they allegedly got their daughter up on the goddamn Hollywood auction. They trying to get the Disney check.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? That's
But I'm
nigga.
saying Disney,
Did you
I'm
see
thinking
this
Disney
little
be
girl,
like,
bro?
I'm thinking Disney be like, Jay, because of these accusations that just came up, let's just hold off on having you there.
No, that nigga needed to go. His PR team said, nigga, he probably ain't even want to go out. They was like, no,
Of
Jay,
course he
you
wanted
need
to
to
be with
go.
his
You need
daughter.
to be
He
there.
wanted to be there for his daughter.
Man, that nigga wanted to be there to look like he not fucking bothered. Like Diddy walking down the streets of Harlem.
You know what's interesting? Someone did bring that up. I was looking on X, and you know Jay dropped his statement, and then someone responded with Jay's statement with Diddy's statement. Because remember when Diddy said, "Yo, I'm sitting back. I've been sitting back looking at these accusations against me. I'm now ready to speak." And then, long story after that, they dropped the CNN video, and they kind of just like wiped his whole position away. But people were kind of just saying, just because Jay is showing that he's unbothered and he's doing these things, it's very similar to how Diddy played his game, where I'm unbothered, you know, deny, 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 and then they catch you red-handed, and it's like it all came crashing
Yeah,
down.
because a lot of y'all out there that don't get to see as far as we get to see in the industry to know who these people really are, y'all be believing they lies. Like these niggas is billionaires and these niggas is straight and all this other shit. But it take goddamn this to happen and people be like, oh, like niggas probably wouldn't have believed the R. Kelly shit unless if they didn't see the tape.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
right. So you
So
think they got a tape on Jay?
I don't know if they got a tape on Jay, but
Seems to be
is
that's
he above these allegations? Uh, the nigga that went on tour with R. Kelly,
when I say
the fuck out of here,
when I
nigga.
say
You
a tape,
know.
I mean just like something that will make him look bad that the world is going to be able to see, because they did that with R. Kelly, they did that with Diddy, and I wonder if they have something on Jay that's like, you can't deny this.
You can't deny the facts. You can't deny the timeline. You can't deny what you see in front of you. Look at his daughter, bro. Yo, cameraman, please, tell me, can y'all see this kid? Could you zoom in on this? This is a 12-year-old girl, bro. Can y'all see that?
It's somewhat decent, yeah.
She got on eyeliner,
Right.
eyeshadow, lipstick.
Her mother's Beyonce though. I would assume that
So if
she
your girlfriend was Beyonce, your 12-year-old could go outside like this?
12. I'm trying to process that. I'm thinking pageantry. There isn't it like little girl pageantries and stuff. John Benet Ramsey's of the world.
And what do you know
If
about
I
John
was
Benet Ramsey?
if I was into
And what
that,
happened to John Benet
I
Ramsey?
understand that. But I wouldn't be into that world, so it wouldn't happen. But if I was in that world, I would understand the game of pageantry and showcasing.
Where is the fucking pageant? She ain't in no pageant, nigga.
It's a movie premiere for her movie.
And she's still a kid.
So what would she have worn, Cho? Jeans and shirt? Or like
she could. You tell me there's not age appropriate stuff for 12-year-olds? You tell me a 12-year-old gotta have eyeliner on, eyeshadow, a full face beat, grown woman beat face, and 5-inch heels?
I understand. Like, again, that wouldn't be my position because I wouldn't be playing in that game. But if I was of that world,
Nigga, you in the entertainment business right now.
but I'm not.
Would you let your 12-year-old daughter go to a Lion King premiere?
No, because that's not the game I play.
Okay. So this is what I'm trying to tell you. This is how they setting Jay-Z up. You want to tell us you want to fuck with a 13-year-old, but you let your 12-year-old dress like an 18-year-old? They playing him. They using his daughter image. They let him run out. They got him cheering her on, right? Cheering her on, right? Yo, bro, look at this, man.
I seen it.
Knowing how sick Hollywood is, right? And you propping her up in front of all these weird-ass executive motherfuckers, right?
Right.
And what are they doing? They all trying to cut the check so she could come work for them, right?
So
to me, it's very surreal, but I know it's real, but it's like, it takes me back to the slave auction.
Or like a level pimping the daughter.
Bro, they've been doing this for at least 2 years with her, bro. She is a baby, bro.
Yeah. I mean, my thoughts around that, it does seem like they're trying to
So
put her in position.
how is Jay-Z going to sit there and tell people that this is a ridiculous claim, but he got his daughter out here looking at 12, looking like she's 18? Some people said, oh, she looks fine. That looks like a prom dress. How old are you when you go to the prom?
Right.
You get what I'm saying? But like I said, watch. That chess move they pulled on him, they just threw the king up there and they pulled it right back. They just wanted him to move just move. I dare you to think that we don't know what the fuck we doing.
Now, let me ask you this. Do you think this is some sort of money grab? What is the reasoning of taking out Jay? And I'll also follow, is he and Diddy targeted because they're billionaires? Does that have anything to do with it as well? Like being at that
and my conspiracy theorists asses, they want to call me a conspiracy theorist.
Yeah.
In my mind, I believe that there's going to be a big change in the world. I don't know, world war, whatever it may be. Something's coming up. And it just seems like they're trying to strip the black elite from their money so they can help us.
That's a deep perspective.
You know what I'm saying? So we're going to strip, because the thing that bugs me out the most about Puff is, and I guess Jay's to follow up. I went to Revolt World the first year, right? And when I walked out of there, I said, yo, Jay-Z, Diddy, these guys are necessary, right? And people didn't understand my perspective, right? And what my perspective was is when I went to Revolt World and I was there with Diddy, I seen the influence that the Diddys and the Jay-Z's of the world had on the youth that's coming up behind us, right?
Right.
Because everybody at Revolt World didn't want to be a rapper or a producer. I've seen the growth of, some of these dudes had coffee shops. They was,
Right.
everybody
Right.
wasn't trying to be a rapper and singer and producer. The youth that came up behind us, the mind has expanded from being a worker to being a boss, an entrepreneur, and everybody's trying to do something different. I seen kids with their own sneakers already. You know what I'm saying? When we was just doing T-shirts. You get what I'm saying? So when me coming out of that, I've done the show, and I felt like the elite was watching me, because I'm like, yo, F Diddy's sexuality. I don't care if he's, a
Bisexual.
bisexual or secretly gay, or, because people say, oh, Choke, Diddy hit on you, so why would you go to Revolt World, whatever.
Right.
Nigga, that shit was 20 years ago, and so what? You know what I'm saying? He know not to anymore. You know what I'm saying? But the point is, none of that shit matters no more, because all these kids, they didn't even get to as far as I got in the industry. But what they got from seeing them on the TV is that I can do it. I could be a billionaire.
I can make it out the hood.
I could be a billionaire like Kanye, Jay-Z, Diddy, even though these niggas ain't really billionaires. Like, they don't know about the smoke screen, right? But the inspiration that they gave them ambition to go out there and get it. And some of these people are seeing success. So for me, no longer am I talking about, oh, these niggas is chumps. You know what I'm saying? Let them be chumps, as long as, the world ain't got to know all that, because they may not even get that far, right? So now what happens is, months later, Diddy gets hit with the fucking Cassie shit. And they like, oh no, these niggas ain't gonna inspire these black motherfuckers. We're gonna tear them down. You know what I'm saying? This dude's over here talking about Diddy is necessary. He's giving the people hope. He's not gonna talk bad about them no more. Oh, we gotta change that, hit the button, boom. Now Diddy is in jail a year later from last year. He's in jail. He's the worst person in the world. And now here comes Jay-Z to follow. Right? So the same people that built these people up, right, and made them who they are, and covered all that ill shit about them, that the 85% of the population don't get to see, and they hold them in high regards. And, the 5% of us that get to see it, and the 10% that know about it, you know what I'm saying? Now, they done put them on the front stage, and now they gonna destroy their image and everything. So now what happens to the kids that and the people that got inspired by them, right? It kind of does something to their ambition, right? Now they shifting and thinking like, damn, these motherfuckers was on steroids the whole time, metaphorically speaking. So they didn't just win the championship, the nigga was on steroids.
You just kind of hinted at something. Jay-Z in his song Grammy Family Freestyle, the same sword they knight you, they gonna good night you with. Talking about the game. And in a weird way, one could say that he predicted this to be the outcome of even his own height of success, because in that song, he talks about most kings get their head cut off. And this appears to be the case that we've been seeing with Diddy, who's a billionaire. And it made me think, though, because you just brought up a good point. It does seem that our hip-hop elite are now being kind of like put on this spotlight. And it also kind of feels like a hip-hop MeToo, if you will, where it's like we're going to go through everybody and knock them all out the way. And hip-hop has a great, you kind of mentioned, it's embedded in a lot of our wealth. A lot of wealth comes from hip-hop. And it made me think, was rock and roll ever scrutinized in this type of level? Have we seen rock and roll artists be caught up with things like this? And why rock and roll artists never ascended to become billionaires of their own? I think the closest one they have is not Bono, but it's one other guy that he's not really rock and roll. 1 second.
Well, the time is different. Rock and roll, when it was at its peak, the money was different. Hip hop came and did it at a different time when the money was different. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's like LeBron making the money Jordan did. You know what I'm saying? And Jordan making the money that Will Chamberlain did. You know what I'm saying? It's the different times,
Yeah.
in my opinion. But as far as the hip hop thing goes, I believe that the labels are the ones that were covering up all these motherfuckers sick ass shit. They was paying off these lawsuits that we don't know about and didn't see and
Right.
hear that, you know what I mean?
Keep that money coming in.
Right, because they probably got 100 lawsuits about R. Kelly, but they paid all them shits off because they was going to get $1 billion. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
And then when he wasn't bringing in revenue like he was, now it's, oh, fuck him, throw him out there, send him to jail so we could take all this other revenue that he won't even know that's coming in. You know what I'm saying? Allegedly. Same shit with Diddy, Same shit with Michael Jackson, same shit with Whitney Houston. She signed a deal for Clive Davis, re-up for $100 million, and her voice is shot. You know what I'm saying? As soon as she die, this motherfucker make $100 million in a week.
So let me ask you to kind of get towards the end of our Jay-Z response and our reaction. Tony Busby would drop a response to Jay's response that I read earlier. He would go on to say, the New York Times contacted me to ask me for my response to rapper Jay-Z's allegation that I tried to extort and blackmail him. My response is pretty straightforward. No one has made any threats. Jay-Z's assertions are bogus and laughable. Instead, our firm sent a standard demand letter seeking a mediation on behalf of a woman who alleges Jay-Z sexually assaulted her as a minor. The letter was vetted and approved by our client, whose preference was to attempt resolution short of filing a lawsuit. This approach is common in these type of cases. What you are seeing played out now is a coordinated and desperate effort to focus the public's attention on me personally, to avoid attention on allegations being made by my clients. This effort has included harassing my family and colleagues and even offering former clients money to sue me, which is illegal. When an alleged perpetrator behaves in this manner, wildly asserting that a basic demand letter is extortion and aggressively using the media to attack the opposing lawyer, while at the same time ignoring the allegations being made by the alleged victim, it reminds me of a famous line from Shakespeare. The lady doth protest too much, methinks. We intend to address all of these issues with the court in due course. Let me be clear. We will not be bullied or intimidated by these shenanigans, and our clients won't be silenced. That is what Tony Busby released in response to Jay-Z's accusation that he was an ambulance chaser and he was just trying to come for some money.
I mean, what else is Jay-Z gonna say? Right? Ain't that the same thing Diddy said?
To a degree.
All right. Until they come with more information and more lawsuits, then we'll see. But like I said, me personally, do I think that he sat there and raped a 13-year-old as a grown man? No, I don't believe it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
What if he didn't know she was that age?
that's the issue. She didn't. It could be that he didn't know she was that young, right? Because judging by his past, he has a preference in younger women, right? He may not have thought she was that young, right?
Clearly, she
And
probably didn't look that age because if we seen a kid at a party, what's going on?
right.
We not all of us just on some freaky
If you
stuff.
seen his daughter in the after party, would you think she was 12? With all that makeup on? And all in the heels and all that, you
she
might
looked
be
like a
like,
teen, though.
you'd be like, yo, shorty young to be here.
Yeah.
Would you
there are-
really think she was that young? Because it would mentally you would be like, why the fuck was she being here?
Yeah.
Why would she be wearing all this type of makeup on at that age in this
type of-
fucking party and by herself?
But I would say this. I think already we know that there are young ladies who develop really maturely. So even in our own personal lives, I think we've seen young ladies that were like a certain age. It's like, damn, like this looks like a grown woman. So that's just me kind of like, I think we all can understand that. But ideally, it's not a good look for Jay because of his past history of what he's been accused of. And then on top of that, the idea of rape is terrible to kind of force yourself on somebody.
Yeah, and they said that they was taking turns, and
Yeah, they
Diddy
said Diddy
slammed
came
against
after
the
that.
wall allegedly.
Okay, I
and
didn't catch
shit
that
like,
part.
yeah, like that, like yeah, I read the whole lawsuit. You know
Now,
what I'm saying?
speaking of Diddy, his statement said this: "Enough is enough. For the last couple of weeks, I sat silently and watched people to try to assassinate my character, destroy my reputation and my legacy. Sickening allegations have been made against me by individuals looking for a quick payday." Damn. Let me be absolutely clear. I did not do any of the awful things being alleged. I will fight for my family, for my name, my family, and for the truth. Sean Combs. And then after that, we got the Cassie video, and then other things begin to come to the surface.
Yeah, see, and with Cassie, we don't even know. A lot of her shit can be consensual.
You mean like when she was like, yeah. We've opened that conversation up.
Come on, man. Like, I'm not gonna sit there and think that everything that Cassie did, she was forced.
Yeah, because if she said she was in on it, she would then be a conspirator, right? Or she'd be with you.
Yeah, somewhat. Yeah, or she's not a victim.
Right, she would be, she don't want to go to jail, and, you know, you have to position yourself that way if that was the case. And then on top of that, she did a great move because she got a payday and she continues on her freedom. Now, we did see her get abused. You know, she did maybe was in a relationship that at some point became really dark.
There's no reason for a man to hit a woman, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we don't even know what we didn't see the whole video. That shit is edited up.
Right.
And from what they say, his lawyers are saying, that was a bag of money she was running out of there with. Not saying that he should
Yeah, I was
have.
gonna say that's still, you know.
They don't make it right, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
But what I'm saying is like, is she a 110% victim, or is some of they shit consensual?
Yeah. I want to kind of close out our Jay conversation with a couple more points. Now, how do I say this? You said you read this lawsuit. I did see that there was hints of a male minor. Is that true? Was that in that or something else?
That is something that I think
It said like
Busby
updated.
mentioned. I think that's coming down the pipeline.
Yeah.
Or yeah,
But just the fact of hearing
yeah.
that now floating around.
That don't surprise me.
Wow.
Not that Jay would have been with a boy.
Yeah.
I mean, the age maybe, but that him with men, no, I'm not surprised.
Why do you say that? Did you see something? Because, I mean, that's a big statement to say that. That's why you
You
hear.
ever listen to Ether?
Yeah, but
Give me the first lines of Ether.
let me pull it up.
I heard it when I was asleep.
Mm-hmm.
That this Gay Z and Cockefeller Records wanted beef. Right?
I rock
you
hoes,
think
y'all rock fellas.
exactly. I rock hoes, y'all rock fellas. What do you think Nas is saying in that whole fucking song? He's telling you Jay's gay.
But I just look at it like hip hop shit, right? Ain't that's what you do when you trying to discredit somebody, especially in that arena? We gonna call him
But
gay?
why say that?
Because you trying to make him look bad. You trying to discredit.
What did Jay say? Since you infatuated with that gay shit, what'd he say? And super ugly. That's why you was sucking my thing when you was kissing that itch,
Copy.
right? So Jay has acknowledged that Nas is saying that Nas is knowing or saying that he's gay, right?
Mm.
Nas ain't just saying it just to be fucking saying it, nigga. So the allegations about Jay being with allegedly with a boy or a male, no, I'm not fucking surprised. I believe that nigga is gay or bisexual.
Not just off the lyrics alone. There had to be other things too.
He got a GLAAD award.
We talked about that, but I want to respond to that. You know, his mother's came out.
So what?
So what if he was just in trying to show his
So
mom
why
support?
would he get her award?
Because he's trying to show that he's down
Could
with
you
that.
get an award for anybody that's gay in your family? They gonna give you an award?
Because he made the song.
What song was that?
Smile?
I think so, yeah, about his mom, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so he gets a gay award because he made a song about his mother being gay.
And
Y'all buying that shit?
whatever struggles of that. So
Y'all
you
buying
think
that shit?
You think he was there to get an
Nigga,
award?
I got a bag of air I want to sell you for $100, nigga.
But Cho, just because Nas is calling a nigga gay, we all get thrown gay allegations got put on us. It's just part of like what happens.
Well, explains the relationship with Diddy.
They both in music. They both respect each other's hustler. They both see themselves as hustlers, and they both made it to the top. That's how I look at it from an outside looking in. And then think about it too. Can you be friends with somebody that's not on your level? I would imagine that Jay's gonna naturally gravitate towards Puff because we both financially in the same place. I feel secure there. I feel like you don't want no money from me. I could talk to you. We on the same level. We made it through the same kind of treacherous fight to get to this point. There gotta be some camaraderie between us.
And why it can't be gayness?
Cause that's not how I get down.
You know that Jay don't get down like that?
I don't know.
Oh, you don't know that Diddy get down like that?
I do find it hard to like hear that Jay-Z may be gazy, just because that's never been his brand, at least what he promoted. So that's just my like, I think like when you say that, it's like, damn, like Jay, I can't really see it. I can't envision it, to be honest with you.
Seen Luther Vandross promoted?
I feel you on that.
No, you haven't.
I do.
When has Luther Vandross ever promoted him being gay?
Right.
So why would Jay? But he don't play the pause. He stopped playing the pause game.
Okay. You don't think that's just maturity?
Yeah. Just like it was mature enough
If Jay
for the
was
GLAAD Awards to give
okay,
him a gay award.
if Jay allegedly is a homosexual man,
It don't matter. I wouldn't care.
but I was gonna ask you, like, what did he start that way? Was he always that way? From your, if we're gonna play that allegedly game.
I don't know. I don't know if he is or not. Do I believe he is? In my personal opinion, I believe he is.
Okay. So you predicted this though. You know, we had a conversation about Diddy when he got arrested. We came out, we dropped a dope interview that time as well. And you said, yo, I think Jay gonna be next. And couple people were kind of like feeling the same way. It seemed to be a sweep. So I gotta ask you, who gonna be next? They got Jay. Who you feel like is gonna be part of that sweep?
In Diddy's case, it's gonna be
No. They got Diddy. Now they on Jay. non-related or related, who you think gonna be kind of another person they'll try to take down?
I hope it's nobody. Like, I don't want to see nobody really go to jail, but I think that it's going to be a lot of people that's going to get arrested in connection with, I know you saying not Diddy and them, but the Diddy thing, the superseding indictment is going to involve the Tupac killing. And it's going to be a lot of people that's going to get dragged into court for that. From, staff members at Bad Boy or Sean John or Ciroc, however you want to look at it, Snoop, maybe some Dog Pound members, possibly Suge Knight.
So my question would be, who's left? Like, where does the state of hip hop go at this point if all these major figures are about to be taken off the streets?
It's gonna be a reset.
And would you want that?
Hell yeah. It's time for the gatekeepers to go. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't understand what it's like when you're a person like myself and that's very talented and, a bunch of platforms would never let me get on because they'd be worried about Jay. Like a Mav Hoffa or whatever. The nigga would never fucking let me come on his shit. Why? Because he's Brooklyn and them niggas love Jay-Z's planners. You know what I'm saying? So the Breakfast Club, our relationship got severed because of Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that would never mess with Dame because of Jay-Z. But when Jay-Z goes to jail, or it was a lot of people that didn't mess with people that was connected to Diddy. When Diddy goes to jail, doors start opening.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we need this reset. Them niggas is suckers, bro. They blocked a lot of us. You know what I'm saying? Do I want to see anybody go to jail? No, I don't want to see nobody go to jail, but I definitely want to see them niggas get the fuck out the way. You know what I'm saying? Jay-Z's a fucking sucker, nigga. It's plenty of people in the industry that know this nigga's a sucker. You know what I'm saying? And they careers suffered because everybody out here that suck off him and Beyonce. You know what I mean? So, yeah, let the motherfuckers get the fuck out the way. Get out the way, nigga. And, if any of this shit is true, oh, nigga, I'm gonna clown the shit out your ass until I build a whole circus.
It's not necessarily, to side on Jay's side, just what he's up against. If this wasn't true, it appears that clearly they have left people that he has wronged people. So there's a community of people that's like, yo, fuck him. I don't wish him well. I think there's also the white establishment too, because, being black successful comes with that animosity. And then you also have, I think, the community of people that are envious of seeing someone like them succeed well beyond. So in my opinion, there's like an environment of people that don't want to see, that want to see it, and kind of like you have your reasons for it, but I also think you have also a great
What
deal
has
of
he
people.
done for us?
I understand that.
You know what I mean? You see this motherfucker, 50 years of hip hop, he did nothing for us. But he ran around with motherfucking Michael Rubin. He ran around with Tom Brady.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He ran around with Shea Whitey. You know what I'm saying? He just was a pro-white establishment. You know what I'm saying? But when it came to 50 years of hip hop, he did nothing for us. So why are we going to defend him? Hip hop. All these other little black niggas and the Kevin Harts and all the motherfuckers that he been hanging out with, the Meek Mills, let them niggas sit up there and defend that nigga. But us as hip hop,
Yeah.
that nigga shitted on us.
Yeah.
When the last time we got a Jay-Z album?
The 444 was the last.
How many years ago was that?
Yeah.
So he don't care for us?
You want another Jay-Z album though?
I will always want another Jay-Z album.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I like to dissect his music.
Yeah.
I like his, to go through his subliminals and figure
Pick
it
up
out.
his little-
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
He's a puzzle. You know what I'm saying? Drop another puzzle for me. Let me figure it out.
You said something interesting, which, I think people have deemed you as like the ultimate Jay-Z hater. But you also just said something that was like, yo, I don't want to see him get locked up. Dame Dash said the same thing. Even though he had all these issues with Jay, he still was kind of like saying the sentiment of like, I don't want to see nobody go to jail. And particularly in this case, Jay. Are you surprised with Dame responding that way? Or would you want him to kind of...
because any black man that has experienced hardship in America or has been in a jail cell like myself, you don't want that shit for nobody. You know what I'm saying? I was in jail for child support one time, and them niggas was treating me like I was in there for drugs. Like, or killing somebody. Jail is jail. And you can be in that motherfucker and be innocent, and they gonna treat you like shit. So no, I wouldn't want that for nobody, but for Jay-Z, that nigga need a reality check.
He said he was cocky.
You see his response? That's not one of humbleness.
Remorse and...
Yeah, like you still talking about a victim. Maybe it wasn't you. Maybe it was somebody else. And maybe it did happen.
I thought about that low key too. I was like...
You know what I'm saying? They could have the wrong person, but you ain't showing no compassion at all. Cocky motherfucker.